Tesla's Robotaxi event, or better known as 1010, is about 3 to 4 days away depending on when you guys are watching this video. If you're a channel member, well, it's about 4 days. If you're just a regular viewer, it's about 3 days. But here are my final predictions until that day. And yes, it looks like I can go live stream on that day too. Before that, I will also go live stream just as a test, seeing what your predictions are. We can talk about it on live stream in a couple days or so, just for a test for that day, because I'm not missing that day. That's a historic day, the most important day in Tesla's history. Or just in the books, if we look back 10, 20 years and look at today, or October 10th, Robotaxi Day, it's going to be a very historic day, 100%. Now, before I get to the predictions, my final predictions, I just noticed the 1010, 1010, that looks very familiar to the invite. The lenses inside is 1010. That's pretty interesting. I don't know. I found that when I was writing this on the wall and I'm like, or on the board, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And I'm like, they're clever. Easter egg. They're clever. But let's get down to it. Smash that like button. And I also want to know your predictions too. What do you guys think? What do you guys expect? We know what the analysts expect. And you already know my thoughts on that. I think it's going to be a sell the news event afterwards. But as a Tesla investor, as a true Tesla investor, comment down below, what do you guys think of what's going to happen to this day? My predictions, let's get down to it. Smash that like button. Let's go. So Tesla is going to unveil the Robotaxi. That's not even a prediction. We already know this is going to happen. They're going to unveil it, obviously. But different models. I think there's going to be different models of the Robotaxi. Now, some are saying it's going to, we got the Robovan. Who knows? I think there's going to be different models of the Robotaxi. It's one dedicated vehicle, but I think there's going to be different models because, yes, it's definitely going to be a 2-seater, but I do expect to see a 4-seater. I do expect to see that as well because, hey, it's a Robotaxi launch. Some people, when they want to go places, sometimes it's more than 2 people. So I do think there's going to be a 4-door or a 4-seater for sure being unveiled. It's going to be a set of Robotaxis that, hey, this is the vehicle. Here's the other one. Here's the other models. And maybe there's a Robovan. Now, I think whatever they're going to showcase, whatever the Robotaxi is, all of them are going to be demonstrated on Warner Brothers studio, on their little mini town that they got going on. I think Tesla's going to demonstrate all the models in that little small town, driving and communicating with each other. I think this is going to be flipping crazy to see. We're going to see one model of the Robotaxi on this side of the road, the other one on the other side of the road, driving around, kind of like the leak footage of the Robotaxi. You can see there's a Model Y right behind us. So there's definitely going to be a lot of vehicles being involved into this. And I think Tesla's going to make this busy, the roads busy on purpose, just so we can see how advanced these Robotaxis, the full self-driving thing is. I think it's going to be an awesome time. And it's going to really show the future of the company. It's going to show the future of our future, of what driving is going to look like, what society will probably look like. It's going to be an absolutely sheesh moment. Now, the other sheesh moment here is that, remember guys, the invitation says "We Robot," which is a reference to the movie I, Robot. And I'm sure everyone knows about I, Robot. If not, you guys should probably go watch it. It is a pretty good movie since I think it's 2001, 2002. It's pretty much a movie where it shows all bots. In fact, the main character is a bot other than Will Smith, and nothing but autonomous vehicles. So it's very clever of what they did with the We Robot. But what I think is going to happen, and I strongly believe this and I'm confident, is that Robotaxi is going to be demonstrated around the Warner Bros. Studio while Optimus is the passenger. And I think there's going to be little to no humans because, it's all going to be robots. We Robots. I think Optimus is going to be one of the main things being focused there as well. Their Gen 3 or whatever the generation it is, they're going to show how advanced it's gotten as well. I think Optimus is probably going to walk, open the Robotaxi door, get in the Robotaxi if the Robotaxi door doesn't close on its own or open on its own, get in the car and go to its destination. And then once it gets to its destination, it's going to open the car, open the door, and then walk outside and walk wherever it needs to go. I think we're going to see something like this, the whole package, and not just Robotaxis, but the whole package, because they are going to be demonstrating it, how this Robotaxi is going to be, and what better opportunity than to use their Optimus bots for it. I think it's going to be flippin' awesome. The other prediction that I've got going on, and this has to do with McDonald's, because McDonald's put a 1010, and it looks like they're going to be involved in this Robotaxi event, and good on them for being involved. But this brings more questions than answers. But here's my prediction. I wrote it down because my mind is going everywhere. So I'm just going to read it off what I have here. I think Optimus is going to be making the Big Mac. They're going to be at McDonald's, the drive-through. They're going to make a little, building there with like, McDonald's and then a drive-through. He's going to make a burger. It doesn't have to be a McDonald's burger. It could just be any burger. And it's preparing it for pickup. And the Robotaxi pulls up. Either Optimus picks it up that's in the car, and the Robotaxi goes on and drops it off at the destination. Or the order gets placed in the Robotaxi and it goes to the customer. If we look at the picture of the 1010, of the McDonald's, you can clearly see in the invoice that says, or in the receipt, one, not a Big Mac. So it looks like Optimus, and I'm pretty confident of this. The bot is going to be making a burger. It doesn't have to be a Big Mac, as it says here. It's not a Big Mac. It's going to pick up one medium fries, one Sprite, put it in this bag, and give it to the Robotaxi. Now, there could be another bot in the Robotaxi that picks it up, and puts it in the car and goes to its destination. Or it could be someone placing an order and the Robotaxi goes to the McDonald's and that Optimus bot or whatever puts it in the car and drives it to the destination, similar to DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. It's insane. But I think we're going to see this, which is, man, once this Robotaxi thing comes out and they're really thinking to use it as a food delivery as well, it's not just Lyft and Uber that's going to be in big risk if they don't become an unofficial subsidy of Tesla. It's going to be the DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats as well. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Sheesh. Now, the other thing that I do expect from this Robotaxi event is the expected date of when Robotaxi will be produced and when they will release it. It doesn't make for Tesla to have a Robotaxi event launch. They're pretty much launching a new vehicle. That's what it is. A Robotaxi freaking driving itself, full self-driving vehicle, and not have a date of when they're going to launch it, how they're going to launch it, when they're going to produce it, how they're going to do it. It wouldn't make sense to do that. And honestly, that's the main thing that I'm looking forward to, because you guys already know I'm going all in into Tesla stock because of this Robotaxi FSD, not because of the bot, not because of the energy, not because of the vehicle. It's this. This is the reason. So I'll be eyeing this the most. Now, that's pretty much my whole prediction, but there's one more thing that I gotta add to this. I think there's gonna be a small talk about the affordable vehicles, not the compact car, but the low $30,000 vehicle. I don't think they're gonna mention anything with the compact car unless the Robotaxi vehicle is the $25,000 with the steering wheel and pedals. But then that begs the question, why would Tesla even mention that? Why would they mention that this vehicle is a $25,000 vehicle, but we are not going to produce it with wheels and pedal for the next few years? But there is affordable vehicles. I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to say that. If anything, they'll say that, yeah, affordable vehicles are coming, below $30,000. But this Robotaxi is what we're going to focus on and expand and scale. Wall Street is going to hate this answer. They're going to hate it, but they should know that they should not expect it because this is a Robotaxi event. A Robotaxi vehicle launch, not a compact car launch. So if they hate it, and that's the reason why I think it's going to be seldom news, because all these analysts are hyper focused on this. I made a video about it right here, why I think that stock will crash on 1010, because all these analysts are hyper focused on this $25,000 vehicle, which they're just missing the forest for the trees, or trees for the forest, whatever the analogy is. It's so stupid. This is a Robotaxi launch. This is an FSD launch, not a flippin' compact car launch. Oh my God. But that's my prediction. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, a lot of people are saying that they may showcase the Roadster, maybe with full self-driving, maybe that's doing the Robotaxi, but I don't know. The Roadster is not going to, make a big impact on Tesla, because it's what, $250,000 per each car, and it's going to be less than 0.5%, or even less than 0.25%, less than even of a 0.1% for Tesla sales and stuff. So I don't think it's that much of a big deal for them to show the Roadster, because it's not really that a priority for them. The Robotaxi is. The full self-driving stuff is, which is why they have a whole flipping day doing it, which is in a few days' time. But that's my prediction, guys. That's my prediction. And I'm curious to know what your prediction is in the comments below. Man, it's going to be so exciting. I am going to go live for it. I've found another streaming software that's not gonna anyways, I was very upset of the Q3 deliveries that it didn't go live, but this time I've tested it, I've done it, it looks like it works. We'll even go live again in a couple of days time, talking about our predictions, and then we can do that full live on 10/10. It's gonna be flipping amazing. And you know what else is amazing? Tesla analysts are flipping on Tesla stock, or on Tesla. check the video out here. It's interesting, and I hope this stays the same after 1010 or even gets better. But I don't know. You guys know my thoughts on what analysts are expecting and what we'll do after 1010. But they're flipping right now, and it's pretty interesting. Subscribe, guys. Get your About to Dip t-shirt, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.